Polygrana Wheat Mini Bong. I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. We've got, of course, our usual newsletter. We've got new bots coming this weekend, and earlier today on the official Transformers Earth Wars stream, they dropped some pretty major reveals that we'll talk about. And let's go ahead and say hello to everybody in here. Amy Anderson, TBH Blurry, Oktar, one of our channel members. Thank you for your support. TBH Blurry Prime giving back the universal greeting. RazorQuake, Prime and Duncan. Alpha Tryon. Yeah, it has been a while. Welcome back. Good to see you. And Ditto here. And let's see. S. Clohossi, I think. Sweet Googly Moogly. Welcome. Oh, I suppose I can turn off the starting soon banner. There we go. Still kind of getting used to the whole new workflow. So after the news, we got some crystals to crack, and so let's go ahead and get to that. This weekend's event is called the Final Proof. And gather your alliance and take part in this weekend's event to win up to 100 total shard crystals, 100 total spark crystals, 1,500 twin twist or Coelagon character shards, 750 5-star shards, 2,500 4-star shards, 5,000 3-star shards, 50,000 premium shards, G metal, gold power core chips, 200,000 spark and combiner spark on top of those total spark crystals. So there's a lot of stuff out there this weekend, but you're going to have to score a lot of points to get it. And this event is an Alliance leaderboard. They were planned for a leaderboard, but they saw that the scores were getting a little too out of control, so they actually made it just a really long totalizer. If you guys battled for like the 4-star Titan part or the Omega Supreme Overlord part, it's in that range. Basically, it starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time, and no prestiges. It's just one big list of prizes and super XP throughout the event. Got to be headquarters level 4 and be in an alliance. Hit the yellow event button. Pick your zone, win the battle, collect the points, and collect the prizes. And the battle zones are the standard battle zones. And here is a full list of the prizes. Now, they did have an amendment to the prize list. It was mentioned in the official Discord server but not in the newsletter. So we'll go through. So in the list in the newsletter, they said the 1,500 character shards won't show up until like 500,000, I think, something like that. But they did confirm that there would be a 3-star available at 250,000 points for the Alliance. Not sure if they're moving those character shards there or if they're just going to award the 3-star bot. Not sure. I guess we'll find out when the event comes. And we'll just keep going on through. And there, if you and your Alliance scores 2 million points, you will collect the 4-star Twin Twist or Coelagon. And if you make it all the way to 3.5 million, you all will get the 5-star. And yes, you will get all of them. You'll have the 3-star, the 4-star, the 5-star. Past leaderboards, if you get the 5-star, you're not necessarily going to get the 4-star. You do. They have been giving out event crystals where you had a chance, but not for a guarantee. Now it's guaranteed, this event. And yep, that's what they said in the Discord server. So Victor was taken. Welcome. Good to see you. So for Twin Twist, we saw this bio last week because I pulled it off of the wiki that they updated early, but they actually have it in the newsletter this weekend. Twin Twist is not one to overthink. He sees and acts in the same pump beat, his relentless driving energy needing to be let out like steam from a pressure cooker. He'll sink his drills into anything and anyone, tearing the surface or individual to shreds with his whirling diamond-encrusted drill tips. He's just as hair trigger when it comes to his temper, which is often volcanic in its intensity. When he loses it, get out of his way fast. As a jump starter, Twin Twist can transform into his alt mode in the blink of an optical shutter. His lack of restraint in combat makes him perfect fodder for the wreckers. So very cool. And his counterpart is a Coelagon. Coelagon is as immovable as a space barnacle when it comes to his own brand of veteran cranky stubbornness. Surly, scowling, and taciturn most of the time, nothing motivates him like a willing or even unwilling audio receptor to bend. He just loves dispensing his pearls of wisdom, which often lack much in the way of real philosophical foundation. No one really knows how old he is, probably not significantly more than his teammates, but still, he starts every sentence with, "When you've been around as long as I have." Coelagon is also very tough and belligerent, happy to sink his teeth into friend and foe alike. So before we move on, let's show you the toys they are based on. So here is the Titans Return Twin Twist. There you go. They faithfully reproduced this toy in the game. And I noticed earlier that even his weapons, they did a pretty good job of getting these weapons in the game too. And his counterpart, Coelagon, is represented here by, Gulf or Scalor, which is the version I have. I didn't get the God Neptune set without those particular colors. I got the original Seacon colors, but same guy, same crazy fish. You know, a lot of people think he's a piranha, and certainly with those teeth, I don't blame you. It's actually based on a coelacanth, which is a very, very old fish. In that it's been around since like the age of the dinosaurs or something like that, and that's why his name is Coelagon. So there you go. Anyway, back to the news, right? Okay, and their ability is called Overcharge. For 20 seconds, you double your attack speed, deal 4 times damage to the walls, and increase your normal melee damage. Basically, the way it works is they transform into alt mode, and they go around and start attacking a bunch of stuff. Very similar to like a Cheetor or a Black Arachnia, but not quite I don't think it has the health healing factor that their abilities do, but it still does a fair amount of damage. And the next big bit of news came out just earlier today, and it caused me to scramble a little bit at the end because I normally put this stuff together the night before. But man, I had a whole lot of stuff to pull together for today. And you may have, I know a lot of you guys probably watch the stream or on the boards or whatever, so you probably know what I'm going to talk about or whatever. But I don't know if you noticed, I got these couple guys back here. Scorponok, Fort Max. Yeah, they are coming. So just like you can get Metroplex or Triptychon once you hit headquarters 17, I believe. Headquarters 18 is going to be coming soon. No more information about that except that it's coming. And along with that, you will then also be able to somehow earn Fortress Maximus for the Autobots and Scorponok for the Decepticons. I have to admit, I wasn't able to watch the stream today because I work a real job and I get I can't take time out. But I did go scroll through it and grab some screen grabs at least. So they may have revealed some information that I don't know. So if there's anything else you want to share in the comments, feel free. But there he is. They did share the Fortress Maximus's alt mode. There's his spaceship mode, which is basically him just laying down straight with his hands up in the air, and then his base mode, which is basically the same pose except he's doing the splits. Very challenging transformation for these Titans. So, we're getting there. In fact, I've got a lot more information about that. Okay, so and his counterpart is Scorponok. So makes sense. Fortress Maximus and Scorponok were the two Headmaster Titans. They showed up in that very short fourth season of the original G1 cartoon, and probably were in the Headmasters cartoon. Not real sure because I never actually watched that. Now, there were no additional alt mode pictures of Scorponok because they're still in development right now, and they didn't quite get to the point where they could show that off. But you can see he's looking real good and clearly based on it's the Earthrise Scorponok, right? Yeah, because Omega Supreme was Siege and Scorponok was Earthrise, and Fortress Maximus, I believe, was Titan's Return. So kind of the same as Twin Twist, so it fits. And as is usual, as soon as we get something revealed, we're already speculating about the next one. Thank you very much for that one, RazorQuake. Okay, so that's about all I have to say on the Titans. I did pick up where they said it's going to be a little bit a separate tech tree, I think. And, you earn different perks. Some of them are going to be specific for one Titan and some for the other. But the details of how exactly that's all going to work is still to be determined. So I don't really want to speculate a whole much on that because I'm more of a kind of take things as they come kind of guy. I'm just happy playing a game that revolves around Transformers. Okay, so next up, as was mentioned already a few times, as we have speculated, as a lot of you guys have speculated, and I tended to agree with you, Skyrain is going to be our next combiner. And he is in the toy configuration that was released in Combiner Wars with Skylynx as the torso, Wheeljack and Hound as the arms, and Smokescreen and Trailbreaker as the legs. So, yeah, very cool. And I do have the toy out for him, but we'll go ahead and share him off in a minute. But so yeah, very cool, and looks real good. I mean, they nailed it with the model as usual. I mean, you'll see what I mean. And his counterpart. Well, before we get to his counterpart, I'll just go ahead and say it's Galvatronus. You guys already know this. But let me tell you a little bit about where these guys came from. In the Combiner Wars comic from IDW, Galvatron, who is a different character from Megatron, it's a little different. He got a hold of the Enigma of Combination, and he was able to control the Combiners and force bots to combine and uncombine against their will. And here you can see where he has gone and chosen a set of bots that will form Skyrain. That's them on the right-hand side. It is definitely not the configuration that we're getting in the game, which was based on the toy. You've got Sunstreaker, Thundercracker, Cosmos, Slug Slinger, which might be hard to pick out there, and Skylynx is a torso. That's pretty much the only thing that's consistent. And there is a picture of Skyrain in the comics. Now, these guys only showed up for about, in this issue, which is this is the last panel of that one, and then like the next issue, and then that we never saw them again. So, but so there is the comics version of Skyrain, which it includes Skylynx and a bunch of bots that is not what's going to be in the game. Now his counterpart is, there we go, Galvatronus. Now, the interesting thing about this one is you got to keep in mind the model that you're seeing there of Galvatronus standing there. That's not accurate. The bots that they show that are in the combiner are Cyclonus is the torso. You've got Acid Storm and Mind Wipe as the arms, and Astro Train and Blitzwing as the legs. They have Drag Strip and Breakdown there as the legs. And I believe what they were doing, I think they might have mentioned this in the stream, but what they were probably going for was the package that you get from Cyclonus that shows Galvatronus. It actually shows you connecting Drag Strip and Breakdown as legs, and Skydive and Air Raid as arms from the aerial bots. And clearly they can't do that in the game because we don't swap factions or anything like that. In the toys and in the comics and stuff like that, Scramble City Combiners, any bot limb can do this or that. So I believe they started to probably build the toy version of Galvatronus until they got to the arms and saw, oh, these are aerial bots. We can't do this. It's like, oh, yeah, those guys at the legs, they're already in Menasor, too. So what they also ended up going to, in this case, they did go to the IDW configuration, but there's still a little bit of a tweak. So here is a picture of Galvatronus, and as we're getting in the game, we've got Acid Storm, Mind Wipe, Astro Train, and Blitzwing as the arms and legs, but instead of Cyclonus, it is Dreadwing as the torso. In fact, I meant to bring out that Dreadwing figure that I have, but I completely forgot. But there was a version of Dreadwing that was out in the Generations, I think the Thrilling 30 line, which was based a lot off of these comics. Not Combiner Wars, not a Combiner torso at all, but they used him in the comics. So they did, in the game, they kind of mixed a little bit of both. They took the toy torso, which is Cyclonus, and then the comic limbs, which are Acid Storm, Mind Wipe, Blitzwing, and Astro Train. Now, the problem with that, as far for showing it off, is none of those have a Combiner Wars toy except for Cyclonus the torso. So here is what we got here. We've got you got Skyrain over here in the exact configuration that you're going to see him in the game. Combiner Wars, all of these guys are Combiner Wars, well, on the Skyrain anyway. You've got Hound, you've got Wheeljack, you've got Smokescreen, you've got Trailbreaker, and you've got Skylynx. And I did think it was a pretty cool way to incorporate the Lynx in the normal Skylynx mode, but also still have the Lynx head in there, since this particular version of Skylynx didn't separate the way that Skylynx typically does. So very cool way of that. But for Galvatronus, now I did have Cyclonus here, as you can see, and I tried to do kind of the best approximation I could have with some of the bots that I had. And these bots limbs that I have, these were all from the Transformers Collector Club subscription service from a few years ago. And I tried to do the best approximation as I could. So we've got Fractal here standing in for Acid Storm. We've got Spinister, who actually is in the game. It could have worked. But he's standing in for Mind Wipe. We have Shattered Glass Starscream here standing in for Astro Train. And we've got Impactor here standing in for Blitzwing. I'm not 100% sure about which leg is which, because they obviously don't have it updated in the game. And the comics, if we go back to here, you can't really see his legs. And they're like I said, these guys didn't stick around for long. They didn't get a lot of image panels, and I don't think you could really ever see their legs. But you can see where Acid Storm and Mind Wipe are on the arms. So. So, what are you guys thinking about for this Galvatronus and for Skyrain? Now, personally, for Skyrain, I'm all set. A lot of people, I've got all 4-star versions of all of them. So, in fact, I've got 5-star Smokescreen even. And so, as soon as Skyrain is ready to come out, 4-star. And I think a lot of Autobots who are probably in my position or even more so. Probably are going to have all of that too. Now, Galvatronus, who has, let's see, Cyclonus has been around for a while, so a lot of people probably have him. And Mind Wife's been around a decent amount of time, and Astro Train and Blitzwing have been around a little bit. Although Blitzwing can be a little difficult to get, but he's been around he's been around as long as the Skylink. So, but Acid Storm's pretty darn recent. There's a lot of people probably wouldn't have Acid Storm, and because of that, if you're going to ask when are these going to come out, they're not going to come out until Acid Storm is available in crystals. So either it's going to take a while for them to come out to match when Acid Storm would normally come in the crystals in the rotation, or they may do, I believe it was Sludge, where they actually brought him to the crystals a little bit early so they could go ahead and release. So by the time Galvatronus comes out, Acid Storm will be available in the usual crystals there. So there is a little bit of bias towards the Autobots, but that was going to be the case anyway because a lot of people were speculating Skyrain with God Neptune, who was clearly coming. What with Coelagon and Sea Phantom, who came a couple of months ago. They're clearly building towards God Neptune, and unless they're going to put together some other Autobot with characters that we don't even have in the game yet, if they were going to pair that with Skyrain, it was going to be biased that way too. So that's just kind of the way it goes. So, and Grand Galvatron is over here was really hoping for the Grand Galvatron configuration, and basically what you've got is that was the Unite Warriors. Instead of Galvatronus, it was Grand Galvatron. And so you had Cyclonus still, although he was decoed differently. This one is more of a cartoon deco of Galvatron, whereas Grand Galvatron was more of the toy deco, kind of gray with some purple accents. And what was it? Ghost Starscream. So I kind of got there. We had Wandering Roller, which is I'm kind of going for there. It was not intentional, and it was like a zombie thrust or something, zombie breakdown, which is not represented here. And then like thrust, I believe was actually this same mold that I'm using here in Fractal. So yeah. But that's what Grand Galvatron's was hoping for. Sorry to say, if we got Galvatronus here, it's probably unlikely we're going to be seeing the Grand Galvatron version of it. So here we go: Cursed Armada Thrust and Zombie War Breakdown. There you go. So yeah. Yeah, so there we go. Let's go. I think that's going to be it. We can come back to that if you guys got questions, but let's go ahead and let's go to our community corner, which the community corner is getting rather large. It's expanded beyond a corner. It's basically taking up 4 rooms in my house now. You guys are sharing a lot of stuff, is what I'm saying, but it's all good. It's all good stuff. I really do appreciate it. So. Let's go. We got RazorQuake is excited. Speaking of sharing a lot of stuff, we'll get to his stuff here in a minute. Come on, do your thing. Oh, we're jumping ahead. Stop. Okay. First up is Sammy Prime, and shared an original drawing of his. Last week, I believe it was Skunkatron, and this week it is Skunker. So apparently he's partial to skunks. So, but very cool drawing. Kind of looks a little bit like Jazz there with the chest and the head there. And probably has a bad smell because of maybe poor gas mileage and puts out a lot of exhaust. I don't know. And of course, Pipichu is our resident Minecraft builder and has been working on Beast Wars, particularly the Maximals. And we have Simba, aka Beast Wars Prowl here. Very cool. Next up, we've got the GPS fool himself, Silverbolt, Eagly, as we started to call him. Very wide wings. That's one of the things about the original Beast Wars toy. Those wings, they do not fold. When he's in his bot mode, it's exactly like that. They are straight out. At least they call it. They did release a version of this character, just the Silverbolt, in Earthrise. It was an Amazon exclusive paired with Sideswipe, except they called it Skywarp because apparently in Japan it was Skywarp was the name. It's based on the Air Razor mold, so that one's nice. The wings can fold up. It doesn't take up quite so much space. But man, if you get that original Beast Wars toy, it's like a 7-foot wingspan, literally. Not quite literally, but it feels like it. And of course, we've got the Pachyderm himself, Beast Wars Ironhide. Fantastic work getting that put together. He's got all the red in all the right places. The tusks. It's crazy because they go up behind his head and then they come back down. And it's such a cool design. The toy itself is very panely and floppy, but very cool design. And of course, we got their combined mode Magna Boss, which is so cool. I still have him sitting here. I've got to keep him close at hand. Just look at this guy. Well done. Very perfect likeness. It's just absolutely right. He's got the eagle hat. He's got the tusks framing his face, and just one of the coolest Transformers I've seen. And I'm amazed that I didn't see it, or at least hadn't really clicked in my mind until it came into the game. But that is one of the times where this game has introduced me to something that I just absolutely love. Yes, we talked to him a lot. He was in the lab last week when you guys were asking. I did not put him in the lab, so he is available for battle. We will get there in a moment. So sit tight. Next up, we've got Prime and Duncan, who's been sharing some Lego creations. Here we've got Optimus Maximus, and you can see him standing there next to, I believe that's a Starscream version of a combiner with some scrambled up a little bit. So quite tall. Very, very cool. Thank you for sharing your creations. And now we've got RazorQuake here, and I thought I had this slide last, but we'll go first though. We got Bug Bite and Gold Bug. I love how you got that shine on Gold Bug. Man, I can guarantee you, every Transformers fan, there's a Gold Bug out right now in a was it Creatures Collide 4-pack at Target. I guarantee you, everybody wished he had this kind of a shine on him. But very cool. And I had to combine all of these into a single slide, even though it made them a little bit smaller. But we've got all the Stunticons here, and if you notice, I did put them in combiner order. You've got Motor Master in the center, you've got Drag Strip and Dead End for the arms, and you've got Breakdown and Wild Rider there down at the bottom for the legs. Very cool. Very cool. Well done, RazorQuake. At first, I was like, oh, man, what are all these cars? Then it clicked to me, hey, that's the Stunticons. That's Menasor. So very well done. And TBH Blurry Prime. is next up, showing off the play feature. I believe that's Over Air that he's got plugged into Snapdragon, showing off the weaponizer abilities, giving him extra arms or some boots to help out, and very cool. Oh, I see. It just occurred to me what you got in that first picture. He's actually stepping on Road Ranger, so you wouldn't be stepping on my version of Road Ranger, who I got the Toy Hacks label for and turned him into like Super Murder Road Ranger with the katanas and everything. You wouldn't be doing that to mine. Very cool. Thank you for that. And I'm Ashgur Ninja, I think. We've got a nice battle scene here. It's pretty cool, showing off all the little combat bots there. You got a little rat trap and hot rod. Iguanus is there. I do not even know what that Devastator is that we've got over there. And then you've got Overlord there, towering over them. So it just using all those little figures with Overlord just makes them look that much huger, and it was very, very well done. So I really did enjoy looking around at all of these, zooming in, trying to see what all these are. But I've got no idea what that Devastator is back there. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. And we've got some some hat people here. First up is Hat Kid. We've been seeing stuff from these two lately too, as well. Grimlock apparently found a pencil over there. And the pencil is mightier than the sword, they say. They actually made that joke in G1, the City of Steel episode, I believe it was. I think Perceptor said it. Or I might be wrong, but it was one, I think they were shrunk, and that's why they could pick up a pen. And then he smacked some Decepticons with the pen. They said, the pen is mightier than the sword. So, and then we've got a nice little battle here. We've got, or is that a, I'm not. Well, I don't know why Rodimus and Optimus Prime would be battling. I think they might be dancing, but we've definitely got some of the Prime and Duncan's Legos back there. It's the giant planet. Okay, yeah. Okay, I knew it was what. So I knew they were smaller than the things around them. It's Child's Play. Okay, so when you said giant planet, that was where I went to next. So thank you. Thank you, Grand Galvatron. I do appreciate the knowledge. Sometimes things get fuzzy or shifted. It happens. No, they're training. There you go. Okay. I know some of you guys caption the stuff, but it's hard enough pulling all these pictures over and then trying to bring the captions too. It's a little difficult. So that's what I end up leaving it behind most of the time. And Hat Glitch is the next hat person. And we've got a picture with Optimus Prime from Power of the Primes holding Lionizer. And I believe the comment was this one: Lionizer looks like a knife as opposed to a sword in the hands of this large Optimus Prime. And that is the end of the community corner. So if you happen to be watching somewhere other than YouTube, there's my YouTube channel. Come on over, like, subscribe, share, become a channel member, whatever. Would appreciate it. And I'm also on Instagram and Twitter at Engineer Hoist. Head on over there for infrequent behind the scenes content. And the last thing to cover is a thank you for all of the channel members who support this channel, and also to my moderators who help keep everybody in line. Luckily, most of you guys are pretty good about that and don't really act out too much. But it's nice to know that I've got my moderators here, and very, very helpful. Also helping run other things in the Discord server and everything like that too. Now for another week of RazorQuake, trying to figure out who to make next. Are you kidding me? I expect to see 5 pictures up there tonight, like an hour after the stream. That's when you've been posting, dude. It's like no sooner do I end the stream, it's like boom, there's like RazorQuake pictures. Yeah, very cool. Let's see. Are there any female con combiners? There was one released in Japan in the Unite Warriors line. It was a recolor of Victorion called Megatronia, I believe. And yes, Grand Galvatron would know and confirms Megatronia is the other one. And I can never really remember the name. It was like Moonheart, Trick Diamond, Flow Spade, and something Club, because they were like the suits of a deck of cards: hearts, spades, diamonds, clubs. And there we go. I knew you'd have it. Luna Club and Meg Empress is the torso. It's actually pretty cool. The Pyra Magna it's the Pyra Magna, but colored much like Megatron, because it's like a female who idolized Megatron and took on his colors. It's not a female version of Megatron. It's a different character who just likes the colors. But yeah, it's actually really cool. I just, for whatever reason, I didn't feel like getting it, but I mean, it's cool. It is actually really cool. Oh, Grant got more corrections here. Mega Empress was made with Megatron spare parts. Well, that's why they have the colors. But I was right that it's not just Megatron as a different as a female. So thank you for that. That's what I get for trying to make stuff up on the fly, or trying to remember stuff on the fly, I guess. So we'll go back over here. And I got to tell you, I had a whole different thing planned for this area before the stream today. But yeah, so you got Fractal, who was actually, I believe, Terrorsaur repaint back in, I can't remember if he actually got a Beast Wars toy or not, but it was like a Terrorsaur version. But in the story that came along with these guys, and he took on like a jet mode or whatever, and so Fractal and Impactor actually were part of the same line that combined into Wreckage, along with Toxitron, Counterpunch, and Blue Streak. Shatterglass Starscream was actually also in that line, but he was kind of like the mystery figure. He didn't really fit with anything. He didn't really fit with the team. He was just kind of thrown in there. And as cool as it is, I was a little disappointed, because the perfect thing for that line would have been redecoing Brawl as Guzzle as a tank. And then Spinister was the year before. It was like the Mayhem Attack Squad, and he and a few others, including Bludgeon and Windsweeper, Needle Nose, and I'm just going to say Ruckus, because the name they gave him, Grabuge or whatever, it's difficult to say, but basically Ruckus. They combined to form Thunder Mayhem. So, which is basically kind of a Thunderwing. So yeah, pretty cool. And yeah, there's Sky Rain, cool stuff. So let's see, what do we got? I've seen the news on the new Transformers cartoon. I have. It seems to be pretty interesting. The whole toy line that's coming out too. It seems to be along the same lines as Cyberverse. And I've got some of the Cyberverse toys. In fact, I got like that whole first line because I wanted to build. I can't even remember his name. He's right over there. McAdam. I had to look at him. I wanted to build McAdam, so I got that whole line. And but they're okay. They're not the same level as the toys that we're getting in Generations or Studio Series. So I really haven't got any more beyond that, and probably be the same thing for Earthspark. Although that new Twitch character that turns into like a drone or whatever, that's an interesting figure. I haven't ever seen one of those before. I'll probably pick up a Twitch for sure. And yeah. So I did really. I've been so busy lately with work and trying to get in, tune my 3D printer and all that stuff. I haven't had a lot of time to really go in and study a lot of that stuff. So, we got spoilers in there. Amy Anderson is saying Macadam is a Prime. He is Alchemist Prime. Indeed. Oh, let's see. We've got to do crystals, don't we? It paused there for a second as I was changing scenes, but we're still here, and we've got all that. Oh yeah, I did collect. Did finish the Cyberpass, and I have my two of these in here are the G2 skins. Let's go see what's in here. Oh look, it's G2 Mirage. And what's in this one? It is G2 Breakdown. Let's go put those on. Where is Mirage? I could put on War for Cybertron. I just don't like those War for Cybertron cores. I mean, they were kind of okay at first, but not. It just makes everything dark. Ooh, look at that! Pretty. I don't know how long I'll be keeping this one on him. I might drop that to like my 3-star Mirage, but it's cool for now. And Decepticons is going to be Breakdown. I'm sure I've got him at 3 stars somewhere. But the question is, where is he? How about let's change the name? There he is. Skin Core Breakdown. Now this is cool. This is one that I would definitely leave on. I love those colors. They're just so loud. They're perfect. Love it. Let's go ahead and crack the rest of these crystals. Now, I did complete last weekend's individual event, so I cracked all my total spark crystals, and that gave me enough for a 4-star crystal, and apparently I have upgraded enough bots that I actually I think I did a couple of base upgrades finished, spun me over to a new player level, and that got me 2 additional 4-star crystals, plus shards from loot boxes and whatnot got me 35 premium crystals, and you notice there's a pretty big number over there. I actually got enough 5-star combat shards for a new 5-star combat bot. I haven't chosen which one yet. So let's go ahead and get through these premium crystals. We've got Hoist. It's a good start. I mean, it's going to be Dupe City. Come on. Oh, everybody's cheering for Shattered Glass Gold Bug. Did I say Gold Blug? Gold Bug, because we know RazorQuake. There he is, but not the 4-star. We know RazorQuake really wants him. I already got his Gold Fire. Now he's just worried that I'm going to get his Gold Bug. Roll now. It's hoisting time. Yeah, it's a good try. I don't love it. Sounds like you're just going around picking a bunch of stuff up. You got to, hoist it into the air. I do indeed have 4-star Trailbreaker. Not that it really matters for the combiner, but I'm pretty sure he's like level 52 or 53 or something. Better, but still kind of gives a different, wrong impression. And besides, engineering time is my work. 7 a.m. every morning, Monday through Friday, is engineering time. I do enjoy my job, in case anybody's wondering. So it's just, you know, sometimes you want to do other stuff than work, but I do enjoy my work. So, just to be clear. And I heard something happen, but I'm not sure what that was. Sounded like I got an alert, but no alerts popped up. We gotta do these last 5 individually. Big Bronzer says it's been one of those weeks of work. We all have them. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, even when you do enjoy your job, you know, sometimes it's just like, oh. There's a reason why people talk about work-life balance. Prime and Duncan is asking for Shattered Glass Jetfire. We'll go ahead and get these duplicate 3 stars. We know these are duplicate 3 stars. Well, this one's Brainstorm. And this one is Iggly, a.k.a. Beast Wars. Although I suppose if you didn't know, Wars would be a way that somebody might pronounce it. Oh, look, we've got another 3-star crystal. All right, but so we got. I don't know why it's showing, but Legacy 1 is complete. I have all of the Legacy 1 5-star combats. So the options we have are Legacy 2, which has got Top Shot, who is great. Rung, I would love to have for my 5-star Ratchet. Smashdown, I think, is pretty good. Dial is all right, but it's got Trenchfoot. Legacy 3 has Glitch, who I know a lot of people like him. I find that he always keeps my gunners too far back. I mean, what the damage he does is great, but he makes them, just keeps them away from the team. I'm not sure crazy about that. Top Heavy, I'm not too crazy about. Stripes, I would like. Stripes is good. Soundberry is all right. Red Heat is all right. Legacy 4, I got Air Razor out of that one. That was the anniversary event. I managed to get Air Razor from that. So she is in this Legacy 4. There's also Dazzle Strike, Shield Drawn, Rat Trap's good, Spoil Sport. Not really anything crazy there. And then the current one is Road Bunner, Pinpointer, Steeljaw, Zaur, and Tricerashot. Now, I wouldn't mind getting that 5-star Tricerashot for Cheetor. I've got my 4-star Tricerashot on him right now, but I wouldn't mind getting a 5-star for my 5-star. Of all of them, even though it has the least desirable bot, excuse me for a allergies. Ugh. So even though it has the least desirable bot in Trenchfoot, it also has 2 highly desirable bots, for me at least, and 2 other pretty good bots. I'm thinking Legacy 2. So Amy Anderson says Legacy 2. Victor was taken, would go for Legacy 4. So, yeah, Legacy 4 wouldn't be too bad, but I'm going Legacy 2. So there we go. I'm surprised it didn't give the "Are you sure" button. They do that for the 5-star crystals, not for the 5-star combats. Let's get that 3-star crystal out of the way. It's hotspot. Dial rip. Oh, that was Waza, wasn't it? Didn't he pull like 2 5-star combat bots, and we were all, and he got like 2 bots that he didn't really want. Honestly, I'd have been happy with the bots that he ended up pulling. But again, I'm easy to please, and I'm not trying to battle at the highest level. So 3. Let's do the 4-star bots, and then we'll see who we get for the 5-star. So we got a Mirage. We got a Mirage and a G1 Mirage core. Pretty sure I've got the G1 Mirage core on that Mirage who I just put the G2 core on. So he has a G1 and a G2 core. Oh my goodness, how do they coexist? All right, next one. We got Rook. Go Comrade Rook with the Omni Flamer, which I don't really need. And the last one is going to be Shatterglass Goldbug. Nope. It is Elita 1. Craig Avatron says it's the average. It's the G1.5. Yeah, we got a gold Elita 1's armor. Pretty sure just because I have them, I'm pretty sure I put the gold on the 5-star, the 4-star, the 3-star. Maybe I can go throw it on the 2-star now. And the other 2 crystals are left are Prime Core shards, but I'm just going to hang on to them for now. I don't need to open G Metal chips. RazorQuake says, I'm safe for another day, for another whole week, my friend. Another whole week. All right. And Grand Galvatron says, I should embroider him for luck. Yeah, speaking of luck, you know how I usually sometimes bring out the toy to get luck? You don't even have to worry about the RazorQuake, but I never got Shatterglass Goldbug. All right, so 5-star crystal. Who are we getting? Are we going to be happy or are we going to be rip? We are happy. Dial is cool. I would say he was probably tied for my 3rd choice, but I'm happy. I'm happy with Dial. I said I would be, and I am. Now I'm just not sure who I want to put him on. Let's go take a look. And we got to move this back around to star rating. So we've got Elita 1 is staying with Lionizer. Rhinox is staying with Taraxodon. This configuration works really well. I use him like a sacrifice bot. We were talking about this in Discord earlier. I use him like a sacrifice bot. He goes in battle in zone 14. He goes and sweeps across like almost the entire base if I can, and he survives by the end of it because the vines heal him. The transmetal throws more vines if he does get too low, and Taraxodon ends up healing him. So he's just got he survives. I wouldn't say he survived every time, but he survives a lot. And Blaster, I like stripes on him. I would probably only swap this stripes out for probably a 5-star stripes. Same thing. Blaster tends to survive a lot because stripes helps him out. And the rejuvenate, so he's definitely got healing going on there. Cheetor, this is where I was saying that 5-star Tricerashot would come in. I'm leaving that on there until the 5-star comes around. Laser Optimus with red heat. So I might swap Dial. That's an option. Swap Dial on for Laser Optimus. Blades has got flak. In fact, the 5-star Blades, he never even got a combat bot until flak because I knew I was getting flak the last time. So I knew he was getting it. It's not coming off. Prowl, he's got just a 3-star top shot. You obviously know who this is going to get replaced with. He's going to get the 5-star top shot when I can get him. Skyburst's got Night Stalker, but I don't really use her on a lot of my big teams. Sludge has got Shield Drawn. And Sludge is on one of my... I think he's on my strongest team. This might be a good place for him. And they'd be fellow Dino Buddies. Right? The Dino Buddies. Dial and Sludge. Jetfire's got just a pinpointer because some of these 5-star bots I got a little bit later, and then some of the good combat bots I already put on others, and I didn't want to waste the energy on to swap them. I did some of them, but not all of them. And Smokescreen, he's got the 4-star glitch. It's all right. I mean, Smokescreen already hung back just because of what he does, so having glitch doesn't really affect much. But I have glitch on Sunstreaker, and he always seems to be lagging way behind everybody else. So I'm not a huge fan of glitch. And then, of course, Ratchet, want a 5-star rung on him. Optimus Primal, Air Razor's fine. And I put Wind Strike on Hotspot. It's pretty cool seeing those little tornadoes coming across. I never even know where they're coming from. I always see them when they're like halfway across. And 6 Gun doesn't even have a combat bot yet. But he's still pretty new. So, and then we're into the 4 stars. So I will think about it. And somebody was asking for stats on the bots. There you go. There was some stats on bots. And I know you guys want to see some battles with combiners.
Autobots, roll out.
With Magnaboss specifically. So we will go ahead and do that. Well, we can't use that team because Double Dealer's in Dispatch. Pachyderm's in Dispatch. There you go. So yeah, so this is my strongest team at the moment. And you cannot see the power. It's 21,063. And we'll go. Magnaboss is still, I think, just 11 or 12.
Combiner engaged.
But we will go, and we can take out 14 with this squad. Pretty much, even during events, if I don't have a combiner or Metroplex, I can still usually pull off a Zone 14 with this squad. So having Metroplex by my side and Magnaboss on top of it, just going to make it easier. All right, so we'll go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and drop them. Let's see. I want to go over here. Pop those outposts. Then we'll go over here and pop these. And then we will drop Magnaboss. If you bring a combiner, it's always good to try to pop the outpost before you drop the combiner, because it essentially wastes their ability. Now, one thing I should have done, though, is pop their combiner. And Metroplex just got done, so we're going to shoot that, and boom. Oh, Devastator popped out. I didn't realize the combiners will pop their other combiners. Cool. That helps. And so you can see that this was a pretty weak Zone 14, by the way. So, but yeah, but leveling it pretty well. Hi, Metroplex. How you doing? Yeah, go ahead and take care of all that stuff over there. The headquarters up here, dude. Let's keep going. We've got the combiner engaged, so let's go ahead and make use of his for the 15 minutes. So here we go. We've actually got 2 of his components there. We've got Simba and Eagly. Let's go. Let's go drop this. Let's see. Let's go bounce cup over here. Outpost popped. Bounce cup over here. Outpost popped. Bounce cup up here. Outpost popped and Magnavox. There's the 4-star ability, which is really cool. I don't know why, but I love the Super Stomp or whatever they call it, the Pachyderm ability. Not just on Magnavox, but even on Pachyderm himself. I just get a kick out of that. I like Sea Clamp too, where it kind of throws up all that like purple water business. I'll go ahead and send the Metroplex beam over there. Boom. Almost took that out by itself. Oh, look, couple's right there to help finish it off. Supercharged Stampede. I like Stomp, because that's what it does.
Another victory for G.I. Joe.
Nobody asked you, Duke. I think I had Hound Vamp on the squad. That's why we got that. Yep, there he was. Maybe purple acid or oil for Sea Clamp. Yeah, maybe. Some sort of purple liquid.
Autobots, roll out.
Oh, dispatch. Oh, dispatch. There we go. Yeah, we'll do 4. I don't usually do 14 with this squad, even though they're a little over 19,000 when they're just into the zone. It's difficult, but with Metroplex and Magnavox, I think we'll pull it off. The G.I. Joe lines literally give me a headache. Give me an option to turn off the G.I. Joe lines. I usually play with the sound on, so I don't even usually hear them. Now, this one's got some strong defenses here. And the outposts are pretty close by. There's no combiner anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and drop everybody right here. We can do that. We're going to send... oh, they're stunned. For a very long time. Hope this wasn't a mistake. And we'll do that. And... Alright, so we got them all popped. That was a very long stun. That must have been a seriously upgraded stasis mine. Or two stasis mines. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump up here. I'll use the Metroplex to clean up that front area. These bases are always annoying. The random ones, they're not following a pattern. They just kind of have everything placed at random. They're kind of annoying, but I mean, it's probably a good strategy. There goes Cheetor. Oh yeah, there's G2 Mirage. Oh, I'm sorry, G1.5 Mirage. Let's
out.
keep going. So we got dispatch there. We got dispatch there. I'm gonna go over here to this one. This is the elimination mode. So sometimes when I got everybody on dispatch, usually what I'll do is I will just these are all bots that couldn't play because they're on a squad that had somebody dispatched or raided or something. So I like to go and just uh, do that. So 25,057 is what we've got right here. Oh, I haven't ever done a zone 15. I know they'll crush zone 14. Should I do 15? It's just over the limit. But it does have Magna Boss. Let's do it. 15. Boy, I sure hope I can win this one. Look at that. Look at that Energon and Alloy Haul. 2.5 million of each. Whew, that'll be my biggest haul yet. And of course, they do have Triptychon, so that kind of negates Metroplex. They don't have their combiner engaged, so that's helpful. So this is scary looking. They've got the Spider Mines, they've got MDS, the multi-defense system, and they've got even more stuff up here. And their Triptychon is most likely going to be a higher level than my Metroplex. But let's go ahead and give it a shot. Where are the outposts? There's one there, one there, one there, and another one helping up there. That one is probably fell back. So I'm going to drop Alita here, Rhinox here, and everybody else over the other side. And I'm going to bring Alita over this way. Rhinox, I'm going to run around the base. Oh, this was a bad idea. Blades is already down.
Stand your ground. Abilities ready.
Yeah, this is pretty hopeless. I was going to fast forward to the inevitable defeat. And I'm not sure why that didn't stop. There's rubbing salt in the wound.
This race isn't over yet, Megatron.
Still had a pretty nice haul from Alloy and Energon, though. That was worth it. That was worth it. This is why I don't. That's why I don't battle for Zone 15. I'm fine doing 14 occasionally, but usually 13. Sometimes just 12. We can get one more battle with Magna Boss. And we will take just whoever else we can. Told you. You did. You did. Yeah, about the only thing bad out of that is I lost one medal, which who cares, and I broke my win streak, which who cares. Got plenty of good, nice, good alloy and energon. I mean, I suppose some people might care about all that stuff. I really don't. Let's see about the strategy. So one of the difficulties is these are both squads that I don't usually play with. So I a lot of times I go and I you use your squads that you're used to, so you know they're the good combinations, and you kind of got a plan. I don't really have a plan here. So what do we got here? Does it make sense to come in through here or to sneak around the side? Let's sneak around the side.
Reap the whirlwind.
If we can, it still might pull us down. Yeah. Got a couple air razors over here helping out. What are you guys doing down there? Always funny when you're looking at the whole team and you hit somebody's ability like Sentius Magnus here, and they're like completely off the screen. Now that's more like it. I completely forgot to use Magnabots, didn't I? I do that sometimes. I don't often play with combiners, so sometimes I just don't even think about it. I completely forgot. I was so focused on just trying to hit everything, I completely forgot what I was going in there for. Oh boy. 25 resource buildings, shock towers, yay. Hey Metroplex, how you doing, buddy? Don't worry, we still love you, even though everybody's so crazy about Fortress Maximus and Scorpion today. We still love you, too. Oh. That was fun. Right? That was fun. Sorry I forgot Magnaboss on that last base. It's not the first time I've done that, and it won't be the last. So. Metroplex is better, though. Yeah, I mean, Fortress Maximus, especially this one, he's just Metroplex in different colors with slightly differences. Because, I mean, let's go ahead and bring him over here. So if you'll notice, he's busy on his phone right now. Years ago, when Earth Wars first came out, I put him in this pose, and I took a picture like over his shoulder, and I superimposed a shot of the game on that thing, and so it said Fortress Maximus really loves Transformers Earth Wars. And you know what? I can't say I've never moved him out of this pose, but I definitely put him back into pose because I kind of like the idea that Fort Max is sitting there just playing games on his phone. Metroplex is doing the same thing. He's got another one of these little data pad guys, and he's got him held in his hand, kind of like this. So and at the time, I think they were the only two Titans I had. So my two Titans were just stuck on their phones. So, but anyway, I brought them over here because basically the arms are exactly Metroplex. They might have changed the shoulder a little bit. These ramps that he's got, they hang off of his arms, but they are the same ramps that are part of Metroplex's legs. The whole waist and upper thighs are Metroplex. So there's a lot of Metroplex in this guy. A lot of Metroplex. I mean, yeah, there is the whole head thing. That's completely different. It's definitely not the exact same thing, but there's a lot of Metroplex. So, still, it is funny though, because that his base mode really is just he lies down and puts his arms up like this. Yeah, you fold out a couple things or whatever, but that's basically what he does. Most other bots, you contort them and squish them into like a cube or a car or something like that. He Fort Max, he just lays down. Metroplex just sits down, basically. You keep playing your game, big guy. So it'd be funny if I did the same pose on Unicron. Yeah, I'm not sure if I could get his arms around to hold that. I haven't tried. Yeah, I should do that. Fortress Maximus. Fort Max loves Tourist Reserve Thor. Time to destroy Scorponok's base. Yeah, I should totally take that picture again and get a screenshot of attacking Scorponok and and do that picture again. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's exactly what I was had in my mind. Yeah. No, Titans these days and their devices. that would be a good pairing there. Orthea, which is Alita 1 plus the Fembots against Megatronia. I would be totally down for that. I 100% in favor of that. Take the head off. You can only say that with Headmasters or Titans Return characters. Oh, it's getting kind of late, but see, where did I throw them all? All right, so before we get out of here, just real quick. So last week, I'm pretty sure I showed you I got the Wreck and Rule Twin Twist came in. I got the Wreck and Rule Bulkhead, but I don't think I showed you his robot mode. It's basically the same as Legacy Bulkhead, which we all know and love, except he's got camouflage on his chest. He's got camouflage on his shield. And a lot of the parts that were silver are now black. Even the arms were silver on the original one. Oh, and he does have Breakdown's hammer. But since then, I got additional Wreck and Rule stuff in. It's crazy how early all this stuff it came in. Got Springer. He's got his swords that are part of his helicopter blade. Plus, he's got two guns, and then his that's the center of the helicopter blade. It all stores nicely on his back. His feet are a little loose. They tend to make him want to fall backwards a little bit. I need to tighten those up a little bit. Other than that, it's pretty good. And I never really spent a lot of time with the original Siege Springer, so when I got this dude, I completely forgot how to transform him. But yeah, so we got Siege or Wreck and Rule Springer there, and one more. Well, two more really. We got Impactor and Spindle. It's very cool that if you don't count the Netflix one, which honestly I forgot about, they released 3 Impactors. They released the normal retail, and the Netflix one was just kind of a dirty version of the retail. They released that 2-pack with, oh no, it was a 3-pack with like the Clear Mirage and I can't remember which of the Power Dashers. Was it Aragon? I think Aragon. Yes, Aragon, like a red cog or something. That was different, and then now you've got this one in the Wreck and Rule set is yet again different. He's got a different head. He's got a different chest, different shade of purple. I almost think that this his yellow part for his gun, I think, is different. I'm not entirely sure. So you got that, and then Spindle is obviously retool of Paleotrex. A lot of this is just like Paleotrex, but this little weird chest plate that he's got is different. The head is obviously different, and this part is is different too. It's a sail here. On Paleotrex, it was more kind of like underneath, like a rib cage, or like a pelvic bone or something. But otherwise, they transform, come apart and go back together basically the same way. I did notice his joints are a little bit tighter than Paleotrex, because my Paleotrex can never stand up. But there is a little bit of issue. I didn't really notice it, but his feet do tend to come out of his joint a little bit too easy without a whole lot of work. But mine aren't as bad as some other people's. But yeah, so there is Spindle. So that is all of the Wreck and Rule that I have so far. There is one left. That is Leadfoot and I want to say Master Dominus, a retool of Ractonite. So Regular is saying this version of Impactor is more British Transformers comic accurate, right? Zetar was the Power Dasher, but I know he came separate. I can't think of the other. Chromar. No, Chromar also was separate. It was definitely Aragon came in that set. So they talk about. We were all real excited when we heard the Wreck and Rule that you can. It's like a build a figure, except it's a build a hammer. Oh, we were all thinking, oh, that's going to be cool. You can get the pieces together and then they can wield the hammer. But then they're like, oh, it's cardboard. Oh, come on. But let me tell you, it's pretty cool. The only thing missing left is the base. This is cool. I mean, it's not as cool as it would have been if they actually had like Wrecker's hammers that the toys could use. But having like a Transformers Wrecker's Mjolnir is pretty darn cool. So the I think the handle came with Twin Twist. The end caps came with Springer and Bulkhead. This centerpiece with the logo and everything came with Impactor and Spindle, and then the base obviously is going to come with Leadfoot and Master Dominus. But yeah, it's actually kind of cool. It's kind of cool. And the box art's pretty cool too. You don't see a whole lot in the background. This is just like the leg here. But if I can see if I can pull these other 3 together strategically. I mean, getting Twin Twist first was kind of a spoiler. because he's got the head. And even Bulkhead. They're the two boxes with the most interesting stuff on them. Because Twin Twist has the head of this big statue, and Bulkhead has the hammer. So that's kind of the how you put the box art together. So it's a lot of people are saying it's like Emirate Zeron, which I think it's been a while since I've taken a look at that, but I think that's probably right on. But I like how it's got sitting there holding the hammer. And like I said, the bottom ones, it's really just kind of like his legs, which don't really give you a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of information. But yeah, so there you go. If you keep the boxes, you can kind of stack them and get that. Now, talking about 3D printing, I am definitely going to be printing the Wrecker hammer. At least one Wrecker hammer, probably one for each of them. There are files out there that I could get, but I think I want to try my hand at designing that. It seems like something that would be relatively easy to design, except for the Wrecker logo. But I think there's some Wrecker logo files out there that I could use and kind of just throw in there. So I definitely want to. I definitely think I'll probably want to. I would definitely want to design one. Now the other stuff that I got this week, I just added it to the stack of things that I haven't opened, and so I think I showed them all off. Actually, you know what? I was supposed to get a package today. I didn't see it. I went out for a walk and I was back about 5:00, and I didn't see the package yet. It must have gotten delayed. It even said it was out for delivery. It's Studio Series 86 RC was supposed to come today. It doesn't matter. I've still got Bumblebee Movie RC and Ironhide and pretty much everything else I talked about the last 2 weeks. I just haven't got around to opening them yet. So I did try printing some accessories, something you haven't seen yet. So this here is Earthrise Hoist. And I didn't know I needed this particular thing until I saw it. This was designed by Fire Talks, and it is not the best quality. One of them is pretty terrible quality. The other one is better quality, but I'm like I said, I'm still trying to figure out the settings on my printer and all that stuff. But chains. So you can print chains for Hoist. They can kind of just tab into his back there, and when he's in a tow truck mode, you could actually disconnect some of the chains. He actually showed it off where he had his little ramp down and had Sideswipe in there, and the chains were long enough that they could actually tab into the side of Sideswipe to kind of help secure him. So I thought that was just a pretty cool idea. I mean, it's just a chain with plugs on either side, but I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm definitely going to work on it. And by his own admission, it's a tricky print. It all prints together, and it's small, and it's you really have to be dialed in to get this one done properly. So I'll definitely be printing more of these to try to get them as good as I can get to. But still, I mean, even this one on this side, which is the first one I did, it's only like half printed because anyway, we don't need to get into it. But I mean, it's still solid enough that I was able to plug it in. So that's about as far as I got. The rest of it has been mostly like calibration type of stuff and just trying to dial in the settings. So I haven't really done any fun stuff yet because I did try to do the fun stuff and it came out poor. So I figured let's just keep focusing on trying to just get everything in there. I did have to take a break from all that the last couple of days though, just because of other things going on. But I'm definitely going to get back into it. I'm glad I got it. I am enjoying it. I'm learning a lot. It's just it's like drinking from a fire hose. If you can imagine that. I don't know how many people do it nowadays, but when I was a kid, you're outside playing or whatever. When you're thirsty, you go to the house, you pick up the hose, you turn on the water, and you drink from the garden hose. Now you always drank sideways, like it was like from a water fountain or whatever. You wouldn't ever drink like this. But I mean, if you ever did drink like that, you would or tried to, you would know how difficult that is. But now imagine that from a fire hose. That's why. So, oh my goodness. But yeah, that's what this is really kind of about. But I mean, I dig it. I get it. It's cool. But I am an engineer, so I've got that kind of mind. So I don't mind doing all that stuff. But I'm glad I'm getting into it. I'm a little sorry I didn't get into it sooner, but there's reasons why. I had other things going on and whatever. But I'm glad I'm doing it now, and I will be continuing, and then I'm going to start designing stuff, and hopefully at some point we'll be seeing a Sentius Magnus figure, unless somebody else beats me to it. Raylord just picked up a set of 3D printed armor for G1 Jetfire. Oh, that's cool. Now, one thing I definitely want to do is figure out what I need to do. I mean, it's not terrible, but I mean, if you guys have probably seen 3D printed stuff before. Again, this is not the most perfect print because this is one of the first ones. So, but the lines. So you're going to see the lines. And here, let me show this one off a little bit better. That was a gun designed by Fire Talks, but I printed it. So this is better. So this gun was designed and printed by Larkin's Lair. So he knows what he's doing. So I mean, it's really high quality. But if you look at it, it probably doesn't come across on the camera. But you guys have probably seen 3D printed stuff before. You can kind of see the lines. I want to find some way to kind of deal with that. And I know there's strategies, but I mean, they talk about like sanding and filling, but with all of the detail and stuff like that, it's probably not real practical. So maybe for something like that small with all the details, it might not. But here's like one of those test things. So like on a big wide surface, like the hull. So if I have anything else with like big surface like that with the lines, maybe I'll work on. Maybe I'll clean something like that up, but not so much everything else. So I don't know. We'll see. Nexus Prime says I made a 3D print from my Nexus Prime or Nexus Maximus. And Super VH says interesting. Like the lines actually. If you color it like orange or blue, it might look cooler. No, there's that painting is definitely an option. Definitely something that I will do at some point on some things. What's the guess for the next bots for the next saga? If I don't get the combiners. Yeah, so you're saying I can't guess one of the. I guess they're sea cons, aren't they? The God Neptune cons. So you're saying I can't guess one of those? Oh, let's see. Who's going to be next? Oh, I'm trying to think of bots. I don't know. I really don't give this thought. Done all the Dino bots, and don't say Paddles. He's not coming. Needle Nose is out there for the Decepticons. Is pretty sure he's getting a new toy eventually. Leadfoot would be interesting, seeing as how we got Leadfoot coming in that final Wreck and Rule set, and he's a G2 bot, and we're on a G2 skins kick, you know. Yeah, we'll go with that. Leadfoot, Needle Nose. That'd be crazy if I'm right, though. I just pulled those out of the air. The oldest daughter turns 18, both proud and sad. Oh, yeah. I've got no kids myself, so I can't say that I know the feeling, but I can imagine it based on what I hear other people say. Well, congrats on raising a child to adulthood. Well done. Oh, let's see. Oh, wow. Time's kind of gotten away, huh? Is there anything else I got laying around? It's a little late to start an unboxing right now, but one of the interesting things about Spindle is on Paleotrex, the whole skull is separate from the head. On this one, the top jaw is is attached to the head, and so you just kind of fold it back a little bit, and so there you can see. So he literally has eyes in the back of his head in Dino mode. Yeah, I never even thought to see if this comes out. Oh yeah, it totally comes out. So, just like you can use the head on Paleotrex as kind of like a club for Monkey Prime, I guess you can yank off this dude's head to use as a use as kind of a scythe. You know. Do I recommend Spindle? Is he good? Well, keep in mind, to get Spindle, he comes in a 2-pack with Impactor, unless you happen to go find him on eBay separate, like somebody wanted the Impactor but didn't want the Spindle. But if you're familiar with Paleotrex, he's basically Paleotrex, but with a sail and a different head. But otherwise, he's basically exactly Paleotrex. And I think he's good. I like him. Yeah, like I said, the feet do have a tendency to come if you wiggle them back and forth, they tend to come off a little early. But you know, I've seen where you can, like, if you have a heat like a heat gun, like a crafting heat gun, put a little heat on, take it off and put a little heat on this, or you could probably put some like floor polish or kiki or something in there to maybe tighten it up, or just don't wiggle it back and forth, But I think he's cool. I like that he's this way. So. Altabot Phil is saying his daughter's not far behind, and the second one is on the way. Wow, that's a big gap. Yeah. Doing the whole thing again. Super excited to do so. Very cool. Congratulations. Yeah, and I think the other one that comes with Leadfoot is like Master Dominus, I think is what it's called. And Rack tonight was like a Styracosaurus, or was he a Triceratops? I think he's a Styracosaurus. That other one that was the selects, the like the fire one was the Triceratops. Master Dominus, I believe, I'm pretty sure I'm right, is like a mastodon, like a woolly mammoth. That's why he's like Mastodonus. Mastodonymous, kind of. The season's not even over yet. No idea what it's going to be for next season. Most likely more G2. It would be nice to see if they, even if it's just skins and not bots, where are Shattered Glass, Wheeljack, and Soundwave already? I mean, they even got a Shattered Glass Wheeljack coming out. I'm pretty sure it's up for pre-order on, whatchamacallit, Hasbro Pulse. Speaking of Hasbro Pulse, I have Road Rage pre-ordered. Not because of the Shattered Glass line, but just because, no, not Road Rage. Flame War. Little RC bot with the flames on her chest. Yeah, that makes sense. But, and as easy as it would be to say, we'll just leave it off or whatever, people would flip out if you didn't have it. Right. Yes, Firebra, exactly. So I did get her pre-ordered, and what was it? The Velocitron set, Speedia 500. It was like Walmart exclusives, and they were also up on Hasbro Pulse or whatever. Cosmos sold out like that. He was sold out before I even found out they were up. Clampdown also sold out. There's a lot of Clampdown fans out there. Yeah, I was talking to myself, I was like, I don't need Clampdown. Who needs another Sideswipe mold? And I was thinking, he is the Earth mode, and I don't have an Earth mode of the Sideswipe. We got a bunch of the Siege, the Cybertronian, but I didn't ever get the Earth. So I was like, okay, I'll get Clampdown because he's at least different. But he was gone too. I did manage to get the others pre-ordered, so I got the Scourge, which I love those colors. I know they're not the right colors, but I love the colors. I was honestly surprised about that, and it's probably the colors is why he wasn't sold out. If they gave him the right colors, as the original toy, I'm sure that Scourge would have been out like that too. Let's see who else. Hauler, green grapple. I really need him, but I don't know. But I was just like, yeah, let's pre-order everything. Maybe if I pre-order them all, maybe Cosmos will show up. But he didn't. Who is that other one? Overdrive, I think. I forget the name. Is it Overdrive? Was that? I guess you managed to snag Clampdown. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I would be looking forward to it. Yes, Transmetal 2 Megatron. Like that. Was Holler in the second episode of G1 Season 1? Yeah, I believe so. It was basically grapple colored, though, but somebody did call him Holler. So, Override, thank you. I knew it was over something, but the name escaped me for the moment. Who else was that there? Oh, yeah, like Road Rocket. That's probably what I was thinking of. When I mistakenly called Flame War Road Rage. Yes, you are. If you snagged all of those and then your recent hauls from today and the last couple of days, yes, T-Man is correct. But what is the Burnout? I think it is like the Skids repaint, the black Skids. I have the Burnout from Collector Club. They did like the Thrilling 30 Skids in black and called it Burnout and sold it with that red Hoist as lift ticket. So that's an interesting question. Least favorite Transformer? Are you talking character or toy? I'm going to answer from a toy aspect because, the characters, if you don't like the character, you're probably made to not like the character. Well, I know a lot of people would probably say Wheelie. Wheelie doesn't bother me. And particularly, if you get a chance, read the Spotlight Wheelie comic. It may not change your mind, but it gave me a whole new respect for Wheelie because you don't really think about it, but the Dinobots land on this hostile planet of Quintessa. You got Alicons and Sharkticons everywhere. And you got this little Autobot dude. He's just there hanging out. He knows where everything is, and he's surviving. You don't really think about it. All you hear is the high-pitched voice and the stupid little rhyming thing, and you say, that's an annoying little Autobot. But if you consider where they found him and how they found him, being there by himself, he's a survivor. He's got some skills. He's not somebody to be messed with. And he proved it when Grimlock was getting all mad at him, tossed him out of the way, and he went and smacked Grimlock down. Wheelie is vastly underrated and disrespected. That's what I say. Stop the Wheelie hate. Indeed. Stop the Wheelie hate. So, personally, I don't really have a character I dislike, but I definitely have some figures that I've gotten that I either rather wish I never picked up or just kind of wish there was a better alternative. On a whim, I got this. It was like one of those Revenge of the Fallen. It was like the little microscope dude that turns into like a little crab-looking dude, doctor, whatever. Trying to take the images out of Sam's brain or whatever. They made a little figure of that. It was not a very good little figure, and the joints on the thing were so loose it just fell apart. It's absolute junk. And I happened to leave it sitting by the window, so one half of it yellowed terribly. And I was just like, I don't even care. This thing is junk. There's that one is just absolute. I wish I never had even gotten it but on the other hand, the one that I'm glad that I got because it's the only figure of that character I got, and I wish there was a better one. Transformers Prime Arachnid. Very cool character in the show. I mean, I don't like spiders much, but she doesn't turn into like a real spider, so it's okay. Very cool character in the show, but the toys just I know they probably did the best that they could with the toy, but it's subpar. It's not terrible, but I wish it was so much better. Knockout too. Even Transformers Prime Knockout, it was all right. It was definitely better than Arachnid, but I kind of wanted it to be better. And the one coming in Legacy is all right. It's not quite the same thing because it is a different mold. It's a different take on Knockout. I'm going to be happy to get it. Don't get me wrong. I like Legacy Knockout. Looks good. I'm going to be happy to get it. And I'm not upset because it's not supposed to be exactly Transformers Prime Knockout. But I do still wish there was a more accurate Transformers Prime Knockout. Yeah, Legacy Arachnid would be cool. It probably wouldn't be exactly like the show, but I still think it would be pretty cool to see a good take on that. Dojak says, in Headmasters, Wheelie took out Triptychon with only Daniel as a backup. I need to go chase down some Headmasters and go watch that. Yes, I totally agree with this. TBH Blade Prime. They need the ice cream truck Studio Series figure. Although the problem with that is they will probably be really small and probably be not very good. I've got the Revenge of the Fallen one. I got the ice cream truck. I found it at Toys R Us once, way back when. In fact, I think it was like a 2-pack, or they were in a 2-pack. I can't remember if I got the 2-pack but I got the ice cream truck. It's great. The two of them are there. They're smaller than usual, so they're not quite as articulated as you might think, but they're still clearly skids and mud flap, and they combine into the ice cream truck. Very unique, very cool. You're not going to find an ice cream truck with the cone sitting on top in any other Transformers line. Very cool. But the way the scale is going, the Studio Series toy, if they made that, would probably be even smaller, and probably less. They'd probably turn out like those RC Alita bikes or whatever, which are absolute junk. So I'd probably be okay with them just as the individual red and green cars. And I'm speaking of Skids and Mudflap. I was advocating for Wheelie before. I'm not quite going to advocate for Skids and Mudflap, but I'm just going to say they don't bother me. Yeah, people say they're racist. They're not racist. They're racial stereotypes. Sure, I'll give you that, but they're Cybertronian. They're not people. So people see into it what they want to see. So those two kind of get a bad rap. Were they annoying? Yeah, a little bit. But I thought they were kind of funny. So, but I won't advocate for them nearly as much as I would for Wheelie. I'm not going to get in any kind of arguments or anything with it either, because it's my stream. I'm giving my opinion. So that's the cool thing about having a YouTube channel, is you can do that. But I'm not going to argue with anybody about it. You don't like Wheelie? Okay, fine. I get it. Oh, let's see. Nexus Prime asks, who is your favorite Prime? Are you trying to get me to say my favorite is Nexus Prime? Because no, I'm not going to say. I don't know. Optimus is cool. Rodimus is cool. I'm more along the Hot Rod fan than Rodimus Prime fan. Gears, Windcharger, Brawn. Yes. Yep. Exactly. Alpha Trion for your favorite Prime? Oh, speaking of that, the what do they call it? The Hero is Born set. It's Orion Pax and Alpha Trion with a Vector Sigma thing. It's going to be like a 2-pack. I don't even know how that's coming out. That's going to be very difficult to get. I would love to get that. They're using the Studio Series cut mold for Orion Pax, which, I mean, that's basically all Orion Pax has ever done, except for that Power of the Primes figure. But every other Orion Pax is basically Cup with a new head. And in a not obvious retool at all, Studio Series Scourge became... they're redoing him into Alpha Trion. Thank you for... you were already a member, so thank you for supporting me for as long as you have. I don't have the YouTube up, so it doesn't tell me what that was. But thank you. I know it's been a while. Thank you. I actually got a bunch of sweeps, but who are still in the box. But I got them so I could have Scourge and his sweeps. But I figured if nothing else, I can always take one of the sweeps, and I was like, maybe I could custom it into Alpha Trion. It would make a good fit. In fact, Iron Factory even did that. They took their Scourge and made an Alpha Trion out of it. And so clearly everybody's got the same idea, and Hasbro has actually gone and taken Scourge and turned him into an Alpha Trion. And I think it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And even Orion Pax out of the Cup is perfect. I have no complaints in that whatsoever. I want that set very badly. I'm not going to overpay for it, and if I miss out, okay. But I want it. I want it a lot. Going to be a PulseCon exclusive. Time to renew Pulse membership. Oh, see, there you go. I don't think I wanted enough to pay an extra $50 just to be able to get at it an hour early. So I'm sure I won't get it, but I'd like to. Yes, exactly. It looks great, and we already know those toys, and we know what to expect. The Scourge sweeps, that whole thing, good figure. And I know some people cup is a little bit divided, but I think most people like that cup. I do. So I think it's great. I'd love to get it, but anytime they make exclusive stuff like that nowadays, it's hard, and it happens. That would be awesome. That would be very awesome. Because almost certainly it's going to drop in the middle of the day when I'm at work, and just like the Walmart stuff, the Velocitron stuff is almost certainly going to drop at probably like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the middle of a day, on a day where I'm stuck in a meeting and not even paying attention and can get to it or whatever. So that's how it happens all the time. Because that's exactly what happened with that Velocitron one. I was in like 3 hours of meetings. I get out, I go check my phone, and I got to scroll back through our chat. And you guys are like, "Oh yeah, Velocitron, and I got this." I'm like, "Okay, well, let me go see let me go pick through the scraps." Oh, it happens. If it's limit one, too bad. Oh, fair enough. You don't always get what you want has never been more relevant. Yep, I've definitely. I don't have a huge sense of FOMO, fear of missing out. I would love to get stuff like that, but I'm not going to jump through crazy hoops. I'm not going to overpay or whatever. And so it'd be great, but I'm not gonna go too out of my way. I mean, say for example, what would be a good price for that? The Voyagers are going for about 30. We'll say a little more than $30 nowadays. Deluxes are going for about a little more than 20. So let's bump that up to 35 and 25. So that would be $60. They'll probably sell that set probably for about 70, because they are throwing in the Vector Sigma. I see $70 to $75 for that set. I'd probably go 100 on that. Like if somebody were to get it and throw it on eBay or something like that, I'd probably go as high as 100, but nothing more. Oh, it's got even more extras. Yeah, I'd go higher is what I'm saying, but I wouldn't go ridiculously high. I mean, if it's like $80 and they go on eBay and it's like $500, I'll be like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's like I'll take one of my scourges and do my original plan and just custom it or something. I've got a 3D printer now, and I'm going to learn how to design stuff. I'll just design my own head and print it. So take that, scalpers. Oh, good gracious. $79.99 inflation. Yeah, and in Hawaii prices, that's what, about 99? I know it had the Vector Sigma. I didn't know. I didn't catch all the other extras that it had. That's a pretty significant extra. I mean, that's big ball. I try to be sometimes, and sometimes I just do. Yeah, I jumped into it after being nobody pushed me, but seeing you and Fire Talks talking about it back and forth, I was always intrigued. I think a lot of other people were in our chat were checking out when you guys were talking back and forth. I read everything you guys wrote because I was interested. And I don't know if you saw earlier, I did print Fire Talks' chains, and I think I might have shared this with you guys earlier. But the one this side, serious problems because I was still dialing the settings. This one was better, but still not quite perfect. But they still work, obviously. So I'm definitely going to be doing more. And it's I described it earlier as like drinking from a fire hose. So. Keep it up, you brighten my day. I think it's, yeah, the chains especially. I knew they were going to be. I knew they were going to be tricky because of all the little jumps, and that's the thing that really has the problem with. Like I've showed this before, like my benchy, this area in here because it's jumping all around. Whenever it's doing a lot of those hops, the extruder starts clicking, and the filament stops coming out, and that's the chains are like 100% that. So I knew they were going to be a problem. I just wanted to see how it was. So, but anyway, sorry for anybody who doesn't talk 3D printer. But anyway, yeah, I knew what you meant. Make stuff, sell it, and fund this addiction. Yeah, well, you never know. I got a long ways to go to reach Larkin's Lair level. Print up some shattered glass blurs. You'll be rich. Well, let me tell you, the Sentius Magnus. If I ever do manage to get something like that out, my goal is to make him roughly Voyager class size. So he's going to be big, and I want him to be relatively articulated. I'm going to go through a lot of iterations, but I want him to be roughly Voyager class size. And there's going to be a lot of parts. He is not going to be for sale. Let me tell you, I'm going to make him for myself. Maybe I'll make some extras or whatever, but it's definitely not something I'm going to be putting up for sale. Otherwise, it's going to be like super exclusive. It's like, get your Sentius Magnus, one of a kind, $800. No, but seriously, something crazy like that, I wouldn't. That would just be way too much time. I would have to sell it for like $800 to just for all the time that it would take, and clean it all up. I don't know how you even price stuff like that, but yeah, I'll figure it out if I ever get to it. Yeah, so you see, say the same thing. If you have you posted that, I think you put that on your Instagram. Maybe not quite on your. I don't know if you've mentioned that on YouTube. The Action Master Armored Convoy. It's impressive. If you guys haven't seen that, go follow Larkin's Lair on all his stuff because he's awesome. The stuff that he designs, and it's for printing out and stuff like that. You've heard me talk about him before, and I'm trying to think where I have stuff. Oh yeah, I've got a wreck car here. They've got your tailpipe on there, and his gun is around here somewhere. But you did a short. So yeah, go over to Larkin's Lair's channel and go check out that Action Master Armored Convoy thing he's making. He says way too long and too big of a print to print and sell. That's exactly what I expect to Sentius Magnus and Malice, because I would probably if I could do one, the other one's just a different color. So if I could do one, I'll probably do two. But yeah, I think that'll probably just be just for me, or maybe I'll make it a prize for somebody. I don't know. It's a long way off. Chances are a lot of you guys watching me now will probably have moved on to other things by the time I get to it. I hope not. But it's years away at best. So, what's a good site to get Combiner figures from? eBay. Combiner Wars is many years ago. So if you're going to be getting Combiner, if you're talking Combiner Wars stuff, you're going to want to go to eBay. If you're into the third party stuff, which is expensive, whether it's Legends like the small ones, or Masterpiece, like the really big ones, it's very expensive to get into. You're going to want to go to like the Chosen Prime. That's where I usually go to, or TF Source. I've gone to a bunch, or those kinds of stuff. But if you're talking Combiner Wars figures, like Skyrain here, if you want to pick up one of these guys, eBay, or look at toy shops or comic shops in your area that sometimes people sell off their collections, and you'll find Combiner Wars. You'll find older toys from older lines at toy shops. Red Alert works over one. I've gone to visit. It's been a while actually since I've been over there. But you can oftentimes find stuff over there too. So. Have a good night. Yeah, I need to get out of here. Oh my gosh, it's 10 o'clock. Or you fire talks to do to complete that figure with sister limited brain cells. Oh, I appreciate that, and I might be leaning on you guys some. First things I want to do is actually design one thing first. I'm not sure. I might try one of these first. I know there are some out there, but this seems like something simple enough that maybe I could try doing. Print my Transformers Mjolnir. But I'm more focused on tweaking the printing and actually printing out some good stuff first without worrying about it. And then because it'd be hard to tell, is the design good or is it the printing the problem? So I really need to dial in the printing, and I'll get to it, but not today because it's late. So, well, folks, it is late, and I do thank everybody for hanging out and talk about the Earth Wars and cracking crystals and Combiner Wars. I mean, it's been a while since I brought out these Combiner Wars stuff, and but it was fun. It was a good time. It was a good time. It was a good time. Pulling out the Combiner Wars. Now they're going to have to stay out for a little while. I might put them away again. Depends how long it's going to be till they come. But yeah, and then just hanging out. It's always a good time. And Larkin Slayer, thanks for coming in. Red Alert. So always take test prints to check tolerances. I didn't know you did 3D printing. So, but yeah, anyway, yeah, good night. I'm rambling on. That's all. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. We'll see you next time.